The Israel-Gaza border is known as a flashpoint of tension. Just this past week saw rockets fired from the Gaza Strip into Israel, and Israeli military retaliation against Hamas targets. But despite the ongoing conflict, humanitarian workers from both sides are working together to save lives. This program, called Back to Back, is facilitated by COGAT, the Israeli military liaison in the Palestinian territories. It coordinates the transfer of critically ill patients from Gaza into Israel. This woman was taken with her husband from Gaza to a hospital in Jerusalem 3 weeks ago. She says her husband was near death when he arrived.
When I picked him up, he couldn't move his legs.
We asked her if the treatment she received in Jerusalem is better than in Gaza.
In Gaza, there's nothing. The treatment is nothing in Gaza. I was in 3 hospitals in Gaza. There's no treatment there. I would just go to 3 hospitals in Gaza to get a simple injection for my husband. There was no treatment.
And the care they received in Jerusalem was life-saving.
It's a great hospital. The treatment was great.
But the logistics of transferring critically ill patients across the border at the heart of a conflict aren't simple. Once a patient receives permission to leave, an ambulance in Gaza takes them to the Erez border crossing. An ambulance on the Israeli side of the border needs to arrive at the same time, and then pick them up and take them either to a hospital in Jerusalem or a hospital in the West Bank. In order to make sure the ambulances are utilized to the utmost, each driver brings Gazans back to the Strip while also picking up new patients. So what just happened here at Erez Crossing is an ambulance exchange. This ambulance over here was full. It brought a family that was receiving treatment in a hospital in Jerusalem. They're now going back into the Gaza Strip. So you can see that this is the most efficient way to use this ambulance. It's both coming to pick someone up from the Gaza Strip, take them back, and it's returning another patient into the Gaza Strip. Olga Katz works for the Israeli Health Ministry and the Israeli military to coordinate these transfers, which she says are the most dire cases.
The cases we take in at Back to Back are humanitarian cases, the hardest ones that require life-saving treatment. It's treatment they can't get in Gaza, so we must take them to hospitals in Israel or the West Bank.
More than a decade of blockade, which Israel tightened after Hamas took control of the Gaza Strip in 2007, has brought the healthcare system there to its knees. Sometimes these cases are an emergency, but sometimes they just require critical care they can't receive in Gaza. And Katz coordinates with the humanitarian workers in Gaza in order to ensure the patients receive the care they need, while ensuring they meet all the Israeli security requirements. Because Israel and Hamas are technically at war, she also needs to ensure the medical files and background of each patient are transferred as well, all the while working against the clock in an emergency situation.
The ambulance that picks them up needs to have all the equipment required for that specific patient. They need to know what condition he will arrive in, and there needs to be coordination between 2 emergency workers and between 2 hospitals so they know what to expect when he arrives.
And with the layers of complexity that come with coordination under conflict for this family and those like them, the program means the difference between life and death.
He's getting better. He's a little better.
As the focus is not on conflict, but 2 sides working together, or back to back, in order to save lives. Emily Rose, I-24 News.